Game number 4 of this very interesting match so far between Adhafang and simtom is going to be played on Alfheim. Great map and interesting gods, as we are yet again seen switch from Adhafang, so he's going all around the place in here. And switching into Zeus, which is definitely one of the strongest gods without the patch. And simtom sticking with Loki, which is of course not a surprise, but I'm thinking who is going to be the favorite in here. I would be expecting, well, if I was playing, I would be doing Athena Rush. I know that. But as Adhafang is used to Poseidon and Raiden and overall, I might be thinking that he will be attempting something with Centaurs maybe even. And going for Hermes then. Let's see. Really sure what to expect right now. At any rate, let's run the Fog of War so that we see where the hunt is, or rather if they see it. And you can see that simtom does, and he's having a very nicely positioned tower together with the gold. Even though the gold is in the front, which is not ideal all that much, since it is covered by the tower, it means that if he's under some kind of heavy pressure, he's of course going to be having an easy time defending it and protecting the villages. So this is a really good combination for him overall. And otherwise, decent positioning of the rest of the towers as well, as they are basically guarding those wood lines. So he has basically choices he can choose as he wants in there. So not really a bad spawn for him at all. And interesting hill in the middle in here, which is basically going to be dividing the players and dictating where the battles are going to be taking place, which is right next to the Wolfies on the left, or maybe on the right side, where is pretty good natural choke point for a wall in. And I'm fully expecting that simtom is going to be the one to place the walls about here pretty soon, which he has already scouted, I think. Yes, he has already seen it, kind of. But he already knows that he can just put a wall about here, and he's going to be pretty safe from the right side. And looking at the opponent's base, he seems to be having pretty much the same one. Oh, this is a nice tower. A nice defensive tower, this one as well. Basically, the roots inside the base are guarded for him, and his position of the gold is not bad. It's back at the back of his base, and kind of halfway covered by the tower as well. So, not bad either, and, well, seems to me that both of these bases are pretty much fine. Spy on the hunters, as there is a relic literally in the darkness in here. Or not. Oh, that's a shame. So there was supposed to be a relic, but unfortunately it is all the way to the down. The way down in here, okay. And that is for better cavalry at chariot archer hit points. That's not half bad. Well, I bet that Adhafang will be wishing that he was actually Poseidon just about now yet again. But another relic for better villagers farming rate, great one indeed. A relic at the back for 15% built-in hit points, superb. And cheaper villager food cost, yet another great one. So pretty great relics all around. So let's see if Adhafang will be going for Zeus or other Zeus, he isn't Poseidon. For Jason, before advance, I wanted to go into Adhafang. And what he sees, and he sees two pretty good relics, so I'm fairly certain that he will, because this is a reasonable hunt map, so he should be having resources, well, just wolfies, not really any kind of extra hunt, but he sees the hunt in the middle, and he definitely needs to go there sooner rather than later, because he knows that he's going to be under pressure pretty soon from the Loki, and if he can gather as many food from this position as he can, he will be in a good starting position, because there is also not all that much hunt for simtom. Just this double on the right, and otherwise the one on the left is actually, yeah, let me correct myself. Map is much better for a simtom because of the hunt. This is basically a safe hunt. It could be called safe. As the hunt for Adhafang is anything but, and it's going to be all up to him if he can defend that or not. Ooh, we are at 330, so we could be expecting already for Seti coming up. And oh, this is looking bad. Because we have seen that Adhafang wasn't really nearby to advancing into the next age, just now going for Granary in here. He's going to be running out of the L just about now. And well. Oh, he's going to be advancing so late. And those hunters coming in after the wolves, well, he can definitely afford it. He does have the ox carts, so we can move around. And already, the heresy are coming up. Oh my. Oh my, this is pretty bad news for Adhafang because he literally has no extra food. Could be just forced to go into the wolfies, which are having 100 food, so it's still 400 food, which is not that bad. But with the late advance into the next age, no, this is not gonna get good. It's not gonna get good because you can see just one temple still. Because he is right now thinking that it's better to raid on the food village, which is definitely true, before building extra military building, like temple for example. And well, he is making for big problems for Adhafang because he is right now not gathering food with 6 dudes, and even though he is up with Jason, this is bad. He does have the resources to advance now, which is still 540 advance, and this is going to be Athena? To be honest, I don't agree with this, because he is in pretty deep trouble. He has seen that he's really absolutely screwed at this position, and I would be going for Hermes, because I'm fairly certain that at this stage he should be needing a ceasefire pretty soon, as I'm fully expecting that the situation is gonna get out of hand very soon for him, as Symptom should be just storming him with superior army pretty soon, and without anything extra. Oh well. This is gonna get pretty tough for him, and I'm fairly certain that he should be already spending resources into the upgrade into the towers, or rather keeping the resources for that, as this will be needed for him so super crucially. Pickaxe already. Is Hendak's been researched? It isn't. But he's probably going to be attempting a second TC, looking at the resources. And it's going to be what one? The one at the back, I think. So let's see. Athena is really weird, to be honest. Right now, Symptom taking the one for the better village of Aminate, which was on the left. So it's looking like that actually Adhafang is going to be having just the one for cavalry. Which is still better than nothing, but still. The military academy. Kinda curious build up right now by Adhafang. Don't really agree with this. Would be better for military academy and archer range right on top of that. Yep, exactly like this. That's much better. But still he's having absolutely no army, whereas his opponent is already setting himself up quite nicely in here. And the battle is already coming, his base in here. This tower is coming down. It was a very important one that actually Adhafang should have somehow kept alive, with houses or walls or anything. And he's still not even going for the towers. Really curious how he's playing this, because you should be expecting by now that he's going to be in pretty heavy defense, and this tower was really godsend, to be honest. And it's a very big shame for him that he actually lost it. So I'm kinda really curious what he is planning to do, because he's not even going for the TC at the back. He's now spending absolutely everything into the military. So going for like Athena rush, but very late. So I'm not all that certain that it's going to be working for him. It still might. He somehow pulls this off, or rather Symptom makes a mistake. Not really sure if he will be making a mistake, as he has pretty much a perfect map. But so far he is not really having all that much military, which is kinda curious, to be honest, as I would be expecting a whole lot more advantage for him just about now. And he's not doing anything. Oh, he's heading into heroic. He's going to be attempting to overcome the restoration by flaming weapons. I think that's a bad choice. I think that's a very bad choice. I think that he should have really pushed from the very beginning. That he saw that he forced the opponent off the hunt, which was like a minute not getting any food for Adhafang, first. And second, that he was advancing like a minute later than him. I think that was just a bad decision making by Symptom in here. You could have basically wrecked his opponent just like that. But he didn't, and right now he's going to be facing full-on Hoplite Rush, or rather Athena Rush. And he definitely has to hope that the flaming weapons are going to be enough, or that he's going to be having enough army against that. Because if he doesn't, well, or if his opponent actually takes down the TC before he even advances into the next age, well, that would be absolutely disastrous for him as well, wouldn't it? Towers coming up or not? No, oh yes, they are. But still, there is a way through for Adhafang into his own base, so that would be pretty easy for him. And oh well, that's going to be a bit of raiding on the foodies in here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it still means... Oh, double flank in here. Very nicely played. It still means, what I wanted to finish my thought, that Simtom is going to be having time to amass some extra army to nullify the restoration with the flame weapons, and let's see if it's going to be really enough time for him or not. So far it seems like that it might be, even though I don't see him massing all that much army from just 2 military buildings. Probably not going to be working all that much. Medium hoplites, that's nice. And exactly the prerequisite for his Athena Rush, and is actually housed, Adhafang or not? Oh, well, he is housed, but not having pop limit. Unfortunately, we have seen basically the same for his opponent. Simtom was having basically the same problem, and he even wasn't housed at all. So this is going to be Bolt on the biggie, that's pretty sure. I would be going for the houses first, because not only are they having lower hit points, it also means that if you are housing your opponent, the military building doesn't really matter all that much, so... no. Oh, I'm constantly confused in his game by the decisions in here by the players, to be honest, like really all the time, because there was a pretty good chance to go forward, but he's at least going now, so that was a bit of a respite for him, basically get a bit of breather. But since he was having a strong upper hand in here, he maybe could have even forced the flaming weapons already in there in defensive position, which would have been exactly a victory for him without having to waste restoration on top of that, and basically then go into full on attack. But well, he opted for a bit slower attack, and it's not like it's making all that much of a difference in here, but still, the game is really played all curiously all around the map in here. So one bar spent to go for a bit of raiding. Definitely could be going for all those idle villages in here. But it seems like that we are aiming for the flaming weapons just about now. And yeah, this is exactly the route that Adhafang should be using to access the TC, because the towers are in pretty bad positions, very far away, and if he fights about here, in this part of the map, he's going to be pretty safe from all the fire, and he is luring his opponent into bad fight. Oh well, that was super bad. I don't agree with this at all. Restoration, of course, is going to be coming up, and really, Simtom needed to force his opponent to fight right next to the towers, because these boars are everything that is keeping him alive. As right now, he is quite lucky that actually Adhafang is making yet another mistake in here, because he is finding himself in a pretty tough situation, and I'm kinda thinking that this will be a pretty easy fight for Simtom because of the mythical units, because he's gonna get spawns of course, and you can see that Adhafang is losing absolutely everything in here, and he doesn't have the heroes anymore. He's having just Zeus, and he cannot, even with Jason, who is already dead, get rid of all the boss in here. So this was, in the end, turning well for Simtom, but I really don't agree that it was well played at the start, that he forced the flaming weapons. It really seemed like basically like some kind of panic mistake, to be honest, as he was retreating from the fight, but still, it resulted in what he needed. And well, Adhafang committed somewhere where he shouldn't have. Yeah, there's absolutely no way that you can fight against army with flaming weapons, especially with extra mythical units as Zeus. So yep, weird game, absolutely weird from the very first minute. Decisions baffling me all the time, but in the end it went for Simtom, as was expected from the start, to be honest. And well, we are tied at 2-2 in here. So let's check the post game. Total score, economy for Adhafang right now. So is he going to be the one with the worst economy? I would be thinking so, because of the bad food. But he isn't. Right now it is actually correctly awarded. Right now it is correctly awarded to the better player with the eco. So yeah, you can see Simtom was advancing almost 1.5 minutes faster, or 1.25 minutes faster than his opponent, and he opted for faster heroic. Well, he could have made the game a lot faster, I think. but you probably wanted to be safe or something, and flaming weapons is definitely an option how to counter Athena rush. Well, GG.